We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. First carry for Nick Chubb. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mayfield off the play fake. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 45 on second down, Mayfield. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
He's got a man. It's Williams. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? They go with Chubb on second down. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Now Mayfield. Flushed out right. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
They'll run with Chubb. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw. General West. Go. Cheetah.
Throwing on first down. Costello. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Following the interception, Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it. Occasionally, you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
It's now 3rd and 4. You ain't doing nothing today. You got
They go play action. Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the time.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nick Vigil coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Mayfield. And he will find his man on the outside. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Throwing, Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Boswell good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. From the 27, Mayfield. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
He finds Beckham complete. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 78 yards, and the Browns have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
70, Indy. 64, win.
2nd and 6. And this will be incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Looking to throw. Costello. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last
rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Vigil able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. To try again after the sack. Mayfield, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Ready?
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. T.J. Watt. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack on first down, Mayfield. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
He finds his target, Beckham. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Check 99. Check 99.
Protein spill.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Down to the 25. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 25-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Mayfield to throw it. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. 25 yards for the touchdown as his guys are able to regain the lead.
How about that, partner? A little razzle-dazzle. Fake field goal that turns into a pass and a touchdown. Fooled everyone, including us.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. That's going to be caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Will Fuller, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, echo. Go. Ready?
From the gun, Costello. Flush to his right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, 2. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Get it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Costello. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Browns defense stands tall. They begin this drive with Chubb. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Come on, QB, come on.
Mayfield looks to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Run. To the mic.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. It's caught. Beckett. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
He's going to launch it for Washington. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 44 yards.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. It looks so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Mayfield now. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the 1st down. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb. He scored on the ground and through the air as they have taken the lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice... Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. 20, 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Will Fuller, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. Mayfield now, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. He was brought down by Michael Davis. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
At the 45-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I'm here all day. Check 15.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And, oh, what a catch that time by Landry. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Mayfield. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. This is the tight end, Njoku. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
180. 56. If you don't get this boy, you think... Real.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10, and he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Chubb. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Play fake. Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. This one taken just inside the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They run with Taylor, and he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. In a tie game 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Browns drive about to get started. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. Rolling to his right. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. They'll run on 1st down. Taylor And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Johnson's got it complete.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here we go, set, 30 base. Pick it up. Watch take the 3. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
It's our time.
Taylor. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a give to Taylor. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. On 3rd down, it's Taylor. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Steelers, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.